Let me introduce you to an old friend of mine. We've been around a long time. Made a lot of memories with this old boy right here. But run into him the other day. I'm going to kind of help him out there, kind of bring him back to life. He's kind of getting old a little bit. But somewhere in my life, I can't remember when I was younger, much younger, there's a fella had this right here for sale. I knew the old guy. I think his name was Orville. He was having a little sale. I might have been 8 or 9 or 10. I can't remember, but I wanted that. I wanted that right there. So he wanted, I think, $2 for it. It might have been $3, but I'm thinking more like $2. And then had the money, and I said, Orville, if you'll hold on to that, I'll try to get you the money. And he said, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. You just take the knife with you, and you can come back here and work it off. So I went back and worked it off. Well, I worked it off that day for him, I think, or the next day. But anyway, I got the knife off of him. I worked it off. And it was a good lesson. It was a good lesson. But just wanted to introduce you to my old friend here. He needs a good bath. I'm going to give him a bath, and give that a bath. And there was a little mold. I got the mold off of it. But if you take your knife, with any knife you got, pocket knife, they need a bath. It don't matter what kind of knife it is, they all need a bath. And that's what my mother said. So I'm going to give this one a good bath, scrub it down good. And like I say, this had mold on it. And the hot soapy water will help kill the mold, the bacteria that mold grows. But and we'll go from there, clean it up. And we're going to do a little indoor field test on it there, see how it really works. So I don't know much about the knife. I've been told it's an Air Force knife. So let me give it a bath, get it cleaned up, and I'll get back with you. And we took her in there and gave her a good hot bath. Lots of soapy water, let it soak a little bit. And I made that case. The other case was so old it rotted away, but there used to be on this particular knife right here, there was a little sharpening rock went right there, but I may make a new case for it one of these days, but this in here is still in pretty good shape. I made that long ago, is all I can say. I don't know how many years ago, but anyway, we gave it a nice hot bath, and we'll go to the next step, and you want to dry this off good. We gave it a good hot bath. I'm telling you, it does wonders for them knives. You got to give them a bath there every once in a while, kind of clean them up there, you know what I mean. But there we go. We'll see if we can't put an edge on there. And I don't want to stick it back in that case, but there we go. There's the case and the knife. All right, let me get the sharpening rock out, and we'll see what we can do. This knife, if it could talk, you'd have a lot of tales to tell. We spent a lot of time in the woods where I grew up there, but I'm surprised I've kept it over the years. I've had it as long as I have. We are going to put a little saddle soap on that, and but we got to let it dry just a little bit more first. And we're going to put a little saddle soap on the handle, but that's coming up a little later on. But for right now, you want to look at the edge of the knife, like the edge, and if there's any nicks at all in there, you want to take a little file like that. You just want to kind of file them just lightly. Just want to file them down, and you can tell if they're on there when you rub that across there. And you're going to do both sides of it. Anyway, let's put an edge on it, or see if we can. I'm going to start out with this grid right here, and we like to use the 3-in-1. Anyway, we'll spread that out just a bit. We'll see what kind of edge we can get on here. It'll take a little bit, but let's see what we can do here. I really need to prop this up just a bit like that. It's going to go down. You can see how that's raised up right there. That's about where you want it, right there, like that. I'm not sure what edge is on this knife. I'm not sure about the grind on it. That's concave edge right there. I think that's one of the better edges that you can get on a knife is the concave. There's the concave and there's a hollow ground. Hollow ground is like a straight razor. And whatever is hollow ground, knife or razor or whatever, it won't take long. You won't have no knife. It's so thin. We're just going to go back and forth. Down. And then go down the other side, right like that. Man, there's a lot of dirt right up in that. I didn't see that. I have to give it another bath after I get done here. Anyway, I cleaned all the dirt out of that right there. I didn't see that when I started, and I'll get this little bit of rust right there while I'm at it. It is taking an edge, though. Taking a good edge. This right here, I don't know. I would not know how to sharpen that part right there. Well, I pretty much got it where I want it with this stone right here. So we'll clean it up. Clean it up a bit. You can kind of feel the edge on there. And we're gonna switch up and go to this stone right here. Same thing. Little 3-in-1 on there. And we're gonna work that edge. Try to work that edge on there. We'll just start there at that tip and go down. You want to keep that knife at I'm not sure, that's about a 45 degree there maybe. Let's raise this up just a hair. Try to get all that get all of that edge on there. Use all that rock you can there, that stone. You can see it starting to get a polished edge on there. Oh yeah, very much so. I'm going to switch up to another rock right here. Another stone, I'm sorry. Clean that off. Now I want to kind of clean that grit off just a little bit. We're going to go again with some more oil. This stone right here is specifically designed to sharpen straight razors. This stone actually came from Australia. It's just same amount. We got a good edge on it, even on this part. Again, I'm not sure what this is even for, but we're going to put a little wax on this case, and the handle is leather. We're going to put a little wax on it, but I like to use this wax. It is a natural shoe boot bag wax polish. It's clear. I'll show you what it looks like. I point out, as far as I know, to the best of my knowledge, and I've asked a lot of people, I've asked leather crafting experts, there is absolutely no way to waterproof a piece of leather. That's what I've been told. You can make it water resistant for a little while, but as far as I know, you cannot waterproof leather. You can prove me wrong on that if you can. You need to point it out to me. But I've talked to people, and there's no way. That's what I've been told. This saddle soap, I'll prefer this over the. Well, I don't prefer it over the wax, but I do like the saddle soap. It will soften it up a bit, and there we go. That's what it looks like. So let me take you down here. We'll put a little bit on there. You really want to give it a really good coat. We can wipe it off, excess off later, but you want to give it a good coat. It'll kind of soften the leather up and preserve it. You want to really get it in right there where that stitching's at. Kind of feel that in a little bit, but get a little bit more on my finger there. I'm just going to give it a good dousing of the saddle soap there, or a good coat of it, let's say. Yeah. I want to get it in here as well. Just a good coat of it there. Kind of soften it up. Like I say, we want to get this edge right here where the stitching is, and we want to, where the stitching is, the holes there, we want to try to fill those up with the saddle soap and just put some in there. And it can be a little damp, the leather. It's not going to hurt it any. Anyway, we've got to give it a good coat there. And I'll come back. We'll take the rag here and kind of wipe it off. Rub it in there a little bit. Like I say, you want to get it into those stitches because you do want to try to keep as much moisture out where it's sewed together as you can. And again, I'm just going by what I was told. There's no way to waterproof leather. Let's clean it up here. And the saddle soap, it cleans it as well. We'll come back and do the case again when it completely dries. But for now, we're just going to give that handle a little coat of it there. And I've got to be careful. This thing is it's sharp. And I got a good edge on there. You know, if you were going to field dress a deer, or you're going to, you know, if you're going to do something, you don't really need that kind of edge on a knife. Really, if you're going to, you got a camp knife, and you're in camp, all you really need is a little file like this right here. You don't really need a very sharp edge on the knife, just a little file to put the edge that you had back on there, and you'll be good to go for slicing meat or whatever it is that you're going to be doing, peeling potatoes, onions, whatever. This will be sufficient. You don't need a sharpening rock or anything else. All right, let's get that off the handle there. We'll take a look at it here, see what's going on. All right, we got the saddle soap mostly worked in pretty good. There is a little bit more that maybe we need to get off of there, but Like I say, I was never in the military. I wouldn't know how to review the military knife. All I can say about this, if it's an Air Force knife, whatever military knife it is, it's tough as a pine knot, and it'll work for you. And it holds a pretty good edge right there. A very, very good edge. There we are, all cleaned up, sharp, ready to go. We even put the saddle soap in here. I see a little bit I need to get off there, but anyway, all the cracks and crevices have been cleaned out good. The leather softened up. We're gonna let the leather dry, and we'll let the leather dry, and we'll come back and put another coat on it, and the handle on the knife as well. But for now, let's do a little potato peel test in-house. Real quick, we cleaned it up with the saddle soap, the leather part, and then when we come back again, we're going to go with the clear natural wax. And it's shoe polish, but it's clear. We'll do the handle and the case, but we got to let it dry first. We're going to do the peel test on the potato indoor. Pouring rain outside today, and got to do this one indoor. We're going to do some peel test out of doors. You just got to wait on the weather change. But anyway, let's see how it does the potato there. I mean, if you can peel a potato with a knife, you can. It's a little bit too sharp to really peel that potato. You got to be careful. You get it too sharp, and it kind of gets hung up. You're gonna cut yourself. You know what I mean there. So it does all right. We're getting her peeled there. Let's see here. Let's keep going. Peel that potato. Let's try it a different way right here. Let's see if it. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see it does a good job peeling that potato, I think. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Clean it up here a little bit. It peeled the potato pretty good. Some people leave the peel on there. Let's see how it slices. Does a good job, I think. Let's go this way one time. Let's see here. Look at that. That's as thin as I can get it. But anyway, slice is good. I think we're good to go. So make a good camp knife. Good all around survival knife. Anyway, there you have it. Again, if you know anything about this knife and you want to share that information with me down in the comments below, I would appreciate it. Again, it's not the original case. I wish I hadn't thrown the case away, but I did a long time ago, and when I made this case, and it is what it is, I guess. Let me say God bless to you real quick. God bless America. You take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.